when I see that and I see somebody fold, they didn't believe in themselves. They didn't bet on themselves, right? Because again, like the fruit that you could potentially see from, let's say, you doing your own thing is probably a lot larger than the six figures that you're receiving. You just don't believe in yourself enough to make that happen.
Because like even if let's say like I said, with JustMyTechCents, we're basically in the building stage. We haven't taken off. It's like, okay, do we give up an opportunity for where we're at right now?
Yeah.
Because basically we make a decision all on potential.
Sure.
I think we're definitely to the moon one day.
What's going on, tech team? It is Just My Tech Sense, where we talk tech, finance, and lifestyle. I'm with us, Tech, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Johnny Tech. What up, Tech fam?
Johnny Tech in the building.
Clap it up.
Round of applause for Johnny Tech being in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, show the people the hoodie, man.
Sir.
I like that. I like the hoodie, man.
Yeah, man. Can I kick it?
Yes, you can. I shouldn't even know that, man. That's way before my time right there.
Yeah, I thought it was, but, maybe it's not.
I like that. It's dope.
Maybe it's not, So, hey, today I wanted to talk about something that I saw on YouTube. It was a gentleman who he was fired from Amazon back, I think, in December or January. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But I know he was fired from Amazon. Mm-hmm. And he was looking for a job, and then he got a job at a bank. But he also balances his YouTube channel and makes social media content. And he's doing actually pretty well. Right. Probably not well enough to,
not work.
Not work? Right. Well, yeah, to not work nor make more than what, Amazon or his current job is paying him. Right. So one of the stipulations, because I think it's some bank, but one of the stipulations was he couldn't post on YouTube. Like, he had to give up his YouTube channel. And I just thought, I wonder if that was me, if I would actually give up my YouTube channel for a job. So what are your thoughts on that, Johnny?
That's interesting. It's a very interesting topic, right? Because it all depends on what's coming with it, right? So I feel like if I'm at a level on YouTube where like we're doing Just My Tech Sense, we're taking off.
We ain't taking off. Don't be lying to the people. We ain't there yet.
If we're taking off. If we're taking off. Like if I see, I don't know. I would have to say, like, if I would have to see the potential in the channel or, wherever we're going, because like you're still talking about your livelihood here. So if it's, oh man, that's really a tough one. You gotta really think about it. Yeah.
I think for me, where there's a couple things, right? Because we know that these companies, they don't really care about you, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to pay you because you're obviously going to do the work that they want you to do. At the same time, they're also willing to let you go at the drop of a dime.
100%. Right?
And they don't care about what your future is, right? Mm-hmm. What you have going on. And I think from that standpoint, I'm like, like, who's to say that, I get this job, I give up my YouTube. And yes, you can return to YouTube, but I also think once you're in a flow state and you're consistent, that it's easier to, keep it going and build that versus now you stop. And let's say you stop for a year, you stop for 2 years. Your audience ain't sticking with you.
That's what I was going to say.
And neither is the algorithm.
It's a lot of nuances to that, right? So if you're at the beginning of the stage of your YouTube and you're just building, maybe you say, okay, well, I see opportunity here. And then it might be easier to come back to it if you're new. But if you're, like I said, if you're in a flow state, you can derail everything you've been doing. And then starting over, you may never catch fire again. Yeah. So it's like, even if you're just doing YouTube as like, you're just building, and like maybe you don't plan on ever just quitting your regular job to do YouTube, it's still a thing because like, let's say YouTube is bringing you, $10K a month. That's still a lot. May not be enough. That's pretty good, but you may still want to work with that. So at the same time, it's like, do I really want to, maybe I'll just find another job where I can, work and still keep my YouTube channel. Right.
I think again, I'm looking at the company saying, well, this is like YouTube. Why? Right. If I'm not saying your name, who I'm working for, right, then it's hard for people to know who,
what you're even doing,
right? Yeah. Right. So, I mean, there's that. And then if the company's like concerned that, you'd be a poor representation of, that company and whatever, content that you publish, that's their concern. I mean, one, fine, but if you never say the company's name, right, then no person that is really watching your channel is going to say, oh, you work for Amazon. The only reason we know you work for Amazon is because you said you work for Amazon. So we wouldn't necessarily know that. And I think there's an overreach that I would feel the company is doing because there's a sense of control, right? Like, hey, you can work here, but you can't do this.
Right.
And I just don't know if I like that control being taken from me. And then additionally, here's what I would probably be doing if I was in that situation where, this is just my tech sense. We're at 315 subscribers. We ain't making no coin. We ain't monetized, right?
Right.
I would say, you know what? I'm on my revenge plan, right? I'm going to figure out an exit plan, an exit strategy, right? I'm going to build up on this, right? Because we haven't even started yet. Right. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build and get the capital, and then I'm going to exit stage left and find something else, right? Or I'm going to build my skill set, and I'm going to exit stage left. Right, I'm going to figure out how I can get up out of this unhealthy relationship because, they're paying me, but they've also shackled me. Right. Because, they know that I need this.
Right.
So,
I mean, and it's like I said, if you're doing something, it goes to a lot of things, right? Because like even if your YouTube is just a hobby for you, it's like you're taking away something that I love to do.
Right.
But I do see the other side of it. It's like you sign up to this company, you're now a part of that
for 8 hours.
Yeah.
40 hours a week.
But you're still that brand.
Not necessarily. I mean, I hear you, but because I mean, there are plenty of people that work 9 to 5s that again are able to do this. And I got it from 9 to 5. Okay, I represent you, but from 5 to 9, I know that people may say, hey, he worked at Bank of America or he worked at Amazon, and his actions are unbecoming of anybody that would work for Amazon. But again, what you do in your private life is kind of what you do in your private life. And if stuff happens, right, obviously there are consequences.
Right. But so the company is basically saying like they just rather not.
Right.
They rather not deal with someone who's going to do that. And that's kind of part of it. So I don't think it's like, I can see a lot of companies doing it. You see the NBA does it, like all the sports leagues. I think it was a big topic of conversation a few years back, especially since the NIL came in. It's a young guy who got a scholarship to, I forget what college it was. It might have been like South Florida or something like that. And he started growing he's big on YouTube now. Yeah. Like, but he was a kicker. He got a scholarship and all that stuff. And then they were like, well, no, you got to get rid of your YouTube unless you can't come here. And he went. Like his dream was to play college football, but he's like, I'm doing really well over here. I'm not going to give it up. Yeah. I probably would have gave it up because
Well, and that's the difference in you and him.
Right.
Right. And I think when I see that and I see somebody fold, they didn't believe in themselves. They didn't bet on themselves. Right. Because again, like the fruit that you could potentially see from, let's say, you doing your own thing is probably a lot larger than the 6 figures that you're receiving. You just don't believe in yourself enough to make that happen, or your situation is different.
Right. I guess it depends on where your passion lies. Because even if we use the guy, I think it's destroying. Right. In his example, like he said, he loved playing football and that was his passion. So it's like, did he not believe in himself in football, or did he believe in himself more with just YouTube, or was it just a principle thing? Yeah. So I mean, we don't know, but I think that's where your decisions will lie. Right. Yeah. So. Because like even if let's say like I said, just my tech sense, we're basically in the building stage. We haven't taken off. It's like, okay, do we give up an opportunity for where we're at right now? Yeah. Because basically we make a decision all on potential. Sure. I think we're definitely to the moon one day. He's like, nah, right? You gotta take that job.
Yeah, because again, like if it's not YouTube, right, then maybe it's IG, maybe it's TikTok, maybe it's a book that you want to publish, maybe it's like all these other things that, again, this is just one example, right? Because they know that this is what you are using in this instance. But again, what if I'm trying to write a book? Yeah. Now you can't write that book. Okay, well, what can I do in life, right? Since you own me, right? What can I do? Right. And I think that's where I start to rebel. right? But I do understand from his situation, he got fired from a job. He was applying for other jobs. He got this job, and it's like when you're in that, and then you're seeing all the news about layoffs and all the news about how hard it is to get a job, and you finally get that job offer. And again, depending on your situation, you may fold, right? So, I mean,
it's security, man. You got to figure, like, even though he just lost a job, you mentioned, like, what's coming. So then YouTube, how secure is that? He could be saying, like, how long is this going to last? You know, so, I mean, I think YouTube can definitely grow, but it's at the same time, it's like you need to make a certain amount of income, but you also need to be making sure that, you know, your videos are hitting on YouTube and you have a, you know, like a steady flow state, which I'm not sure if he had or not, but if he did, maybe I don't want to give that up. It's like, this is steady for me. Yeah. Right.
Well, he was making, I think, about $2,000 a month with YouTube. Right. So, I mean, he was, again, you start somewhere and then you potentially grow that out. Now, maybe he just didn't want to put in the necessary work, but it looked like he was putting in the work.
Right. If he's making about $2,000 a month, I mean, I think I keep that because I probably can find another job where they might be okay with me keeping this.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that'd be all right.
And he was, like when he was with Amazon, like he was able to keep that job. Like he didn't feel like he disclosed it to them. And he did that because nobody else has had an issue.
Right.
So when you find a company that has an issue, you're like, okay, you know, and then you have to make a decision.
Right. Because he can't stop. Because like you said, if you stop, man.
Yeah.
I think YouTube punishes you.
Yeah. You lose your audience and you lose the algorithm.
Right.
So yeah, and based on, because I've seen some of his other videos too, like, you know, he believed in like minimalism. So he didn't really have much. He saved a lot of his money from Amazon. So he still had substantial savings. So again, it's like, well, why not just try this out, you know, for a year? Right. But again, everybody's situation is different. I just thought it was interesting that, you know, he was, you know, made to, you know, figure out which road or this crossroad that he was going to take. And, you know, he decided to go with the 9-to-5. And I just hope that it continues to work out for him and that, you know, this 9-to-5 doesn't say, hey, yo, AI is coming. AI is here. You're the newest on the block.
Right.
You gots to go.
And he has like ownership. So he owns his YouTube channel. You never know. He might get some sponsorships and things like that. Yeah. You can really grow. Like YouTube is definitely an opportunity for you to take off in your career and open up other opportunities, you know? So it's like, I see both ends of it where, you know, you can go either direction. Yeah. But I think it's like, those type of decisions come down into the moment and it depends on where you are. Cause I think it goes beyond just YouTube. It can go with any type of passion that you might have. Right. So you could be like, oh, I'm working this job, but on the side, I play football or whatever it is that you do. They're like, we don't need you doing that type of stuff, right? Right. Or it could be anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are your thoughts? Do you feel like if a job gave you an ultimatum and they say, yo, it's either the job or your passion, right? It may not be YouTube. It may be crafting. It may be camping. It may be, I don't know, lighting sticks on fire. I don't know. But whatever your passion.
Activism.
You know, it's true. I mean, so whatever your passion is, if a job told you, hey, it's this or that, what would you decide? So you heard our Tech Sense. I'm Will Does Tech.
Johnny Tech.
And we will talk to y'all later.